I mistakenly was very excited about something that I thought you would be excited about as well.
When you told me the
And it was
price
gonna be
tag, $180 per person, I was like,
per person.
I am out, especially when
that's-
exercise is involved.
That's $85. If you did them individually, it'd be $85 each. But if you do all three, it's $180, and you get the fourth medal as well. What we're talking about is the Run Disney virtual 5Ks. There's a series of 3 races that you can do, and they all come with very, very cool medals. One is a Jungle Cruise one is a Big Thunder Mountain Railroad one, and the other is Pirates of the Caribbean one. And the medals are super cool. And so you do 3 5Ks, or you can do them individually. You can pick which one you want to do. But if you do the series of 3, you also get a 4th medal that is the Disney World Castle lit up with fireworks. And it actually lights up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big sucker for medals. Hence the reason I'm anticipating doing the 5K probably alone on Castaway Cay.
Yeah.
Castaway Key?
Castaway Key. Yeah.
When we go on the cruise.
I might rent a bike with the boys.
And I think if you did that and you rode it, you could still get yourself a medal if you wanted to. Or do you think that doesn't count?
That doesn't count. Okay. I'm not going to steal.
They don't keep track, really. So the medal on the island, Castaway Key on the Disney Cruise Line, that island, they have this event. You can go and run a 5K. It used to be a bigger deal, but now it's a self-run thing. And you just kind of go to a kiosk and say, hey, I did this course. And they give you this cool rubber medal that says Castaway Key 5K.
Mm-hmm.
And I am kind of a sucker for souvenir awards.
And then he's going to have shin splints the rest of our trip.
I currently have shin splints, so it's
that's even better.
I've been massaging them with the massage gun I got.
Yeah.
And it's been helping quite a bit. And stretching. So 5K isn't bad, though. If I walked a 5K, I could be done in under an hour.
Okay.
10 minutes.
All right.
To all Disney adults and morbidly curious casuals, we proudly present our spectacular festival pageant of theme park ramblings and peculiar opinions in thousands of seconds of average quality sounds of Mice and Matterhorns podcast.
Welcome to Of Mice and Matterhorns. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Shannon.
And we're going to be recording an episode and hopefully getting this out before we leave for our first Disney cruise, our first cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're in the single digits now. Really excited about that. I'm sure we'll have an episode coming out about it. Possibly a short episode while we're on there. I haven't decided whether or not I want to pack one of my recorders, but that might be fun. Might be a fun idea. But what are we doing today?
Well, I'm trying to see what the 0 looks like on my countdown, but the cruise app has not been working for me today. So we'll see if I can get in now.
Did you get logged in?
Mm-mm.
The Disney Cruise Line app has a countdown if you have an itinerary or a
linked cruise.
A linked cruise. So you can go in and see how many days you have left, hours, seconds, minutes.
My 0 is a Minnie Mouse. And for the 0 for hours is Tiana.
And the 0 is always a character.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I may have to change my mind on the lanyard because I have double Winnie the Poohs. So my 2 zeros are both Winnie the Pooh. We'll see. But today we're continuing our catch-up of our trip reports back in October. Our last one, if you listened last time, was...
So we are going to go over our California Adventure Day, and we did brunch at Storytellers Cafe. There, I think it was autumn brunch. I mean, it's been 6 months.
It has.
It's been 6 months we were there.
Yeah, it was the special autumn brunch thing.
And so they all had cute sweaters on, so we'll go over that. But we're going to start in DCA. So we started the morning by sorting all of our food and candy we got the night before. We, as in Daniel, sorted everything. And we got a lot. We ended up giving your parents quite a bit to bring home when they came and visited us because we were not going to fit that all in our suitcase.
It was a fun convenience in that our oldest, one of the only sweets he eats is just regular M&Ms. So it doesn't matter what we offer him in the park. Usually he just wants M&Ms. So getting those for free was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Free. Included with the price of Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yep.
And then we had our outfits.
Yeah. So I had done Spider-Gwen the night before, and then our youngest and I were Spider-Man themed in DCA. So we both had the same Spider-Man ears because he loves Spider-Man. They don't have Spider-Man ears without a bow. So I had modified them and I had cut the bow out very carefully and I glued the Spider-Man face button back onto the spot where the bow had been to kind of cover that up. He really liked them. He did not like wearing them though, so he didn't wear them most of the day, but I kept having people ask where we got them. And I was like, we got them here. I just cut the bow out.
Yeah, because the bow is, it's like, it's stuffed, right? Like it's a pretty puffy bow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was sewn on there really well. So I have the same exact ears. So him and I were wearing the same ears. His were modified. We both had Spider-Man spirit jerseys on and I was in blue and red and he was in red. So we were coordinating. And
Very
then
nice.
our oldest loves his Captain America sweatshirt. And we got him the Star hat from Wish because he loves wearing baseball caps and he loves Star. He thought it was just the cutest thing ever. So that was their outfits. And then you made your outfit.
Yeah, I like to dabble a little bit. I'm very new to graphic design, but I enjoy playing around with it. So I wore a shirt that I designed. It's a fake novelty t-shirt from Lester's Possum Park from a Goofy movie. I really enjoy that movie, but I also really love how that shirt turned out. I made 2 shirts for this trip.
Yeah.
The other one was a joke that not many people got, the Donald S. Pumpkins shirt for Halloween. But this one I really like, and I still wear it pretty frequently.
Yeah, you were warned about that Donald S. Pumpkins.
I know. It
but
seemed like a really good idea at the time.
you just don't believe me.
I
like
was happy with
Plumpy
it.
Thimble
It made me happy.
and
I liked it.
Donald S. Pumpkins. And I'm like, people aren't going to understand. They're
It
going to
was
have a
pretty
different
good.
understanding of what it is than what you mean. So I try. So with our outfits donned, we headed down to DCA. We got a little bit of a later start because we had a later night. We actually had early entry.
Yeah, we skipped our early entry this day.
Because we were on property, but I was like, I'm too tired. It's not even going to be worth it. Like we're going to hate ourselves if we do that.
We also had the DAS pass though, which we
Yes.
mentioned last episode. So
Yeah.
As a reminder, we had a pass that let us get it was not like you got to skip the front of the line. You were told when to come back.
Yeah. And
for
you had to
specific
go wait
times.
in the lightning lane.
Mm-hmm.
So, but with that, we went to Smoke Jumper's Grill to grab breakfast. Our oldest had his own breakfast packed in because he doesn't really eat much in the park. And so the rest of us, we had the breakfast sandwich from Smoke Jumpers, and it's good. I really like it. And it comes with these little crinkle fries as a side. And then I think we each got the breakfast cold brew, right?
I think so.
So yeah, so we ate outside because it was very pleasant, and our oldest was bored, and that is right by Soaring Over California. No, Soaring Over the World. I still can't remember the name of
It should
things.
still be Soaring Over California.
It is right now. It's Soaring Over California right now because it's a food and wine festival.
We've never done food and wine.
We haven't. I would like to,
Sometime.
and I'd like to coordinate it with when the Force,
Oh yeah.
with
Knights of the Force.
Season of the
That's not it.
Force.
Season of the Force.
I'd like to coordinate it when Season of the Force is going so that we can go to both. But anyways, our oldest was bored, so we're like, hey, go on Soaring Over the World because he really wanted to. And
He
we're
gets
like,
very antsy.
you know what? We're right here. It says it's a 15-minute wait. We can send you on single rider.
And we forgot to send him with his emergency cell phone. He did not have his emergency cell phone with him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes. And so we were eating breakfast. We finished breakfast. We're waiting. Our youngest is starting to get very concerned that the older brother has not returned. And we're kind of like, okay, it's been like 20 minutes. So that's not bad. And then it was 30 minutes. And I think it was 40 minets. And we were, I think, didn't you go to talk to somebody?
I mentioned it to the staff.
And they were like, well, there's not much we can do.
Yeah, they were not. And I will say, I gave them the context of everything, and they said they were not super worried because that's the time that had passed. Was not enough for them to have been concerned. They assumed that he was probably either still in line or on the ride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we eventually got him back, but it definitely gave us a different flavor to the morning.
Yeah.
And then we all went on the ride together. So
we went back through.
Mm-hmm. And from there, I think we split.
If we split, then that must mean that our oldest and I went to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the youngest and I went on the web slingers. So we did get a picture in, is it Doctor Strange's, like...
Oh, the Inner Sanctum
Yes,
area. That show's going to be shut down. So is
It is. It already is.
Is it? And the Marvel's Avengers Assemble is being closed down too.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yep.
That was good. But yeah, we went and got a picture in there, and the boys did a cool pose because we had our Marvel outfits on with Daniel's possums. And yeah, then we headed to the rides, had a good time. Oh, it looks like we all went, and I won again.
Yeah, we met up at some point, and then that's when I got my second $25 cup holder from Avengers Campus. The first one I'd gotten was a year or two prior, where it was the Infinity Gauntlet, the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet, that its sole purpose was to light up and hold a Coke.
Yep.
This time I got Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, and it holds a Coke and lights up. And they're both on my shelf over there.
Yeah. And we did some good pictures with the boys holding them.
Yes.
So those are scrolling through on our digital frame that you got me for Mother's Day, which are fun to see. Yeah. And then we headed over to Cars Land, did some rides there. And
we still got to enjoy the Halloween decorations too. Cars Land was pretty fun. I mean, the whole park's pretty fun decorated, but like we did Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, Jamboree,
yes,
Halloween. So that was neat to see the tractors, some of them as mummies.
Yeah, and then the cozy cones, they're decorated like they're a jack-o'-lantern because they have black black lines and stuff to make it look like a face. So it's really cute in there, and I like it a lot better at nighttime, but daytime's still pretty cool.
I still can't get over the fact that that's one of my favorite places in the parks, and it's a Cars themed, which is one of my least favorite Pixar's.
And you don't even love the rides. I mean, you love Radiator Springs Racers, but Mater's and Luigi's, you don't love those rides.
Luigi's, and I mentioned it before, Luigi's is weird because it's fine to go on. I don't dislike it. The lines usually, the wait is a little bit too long, but it's fun to see because they're all synchronized. I am bummed that the ride that was there is now gone because it was like the flying saucers type of things.
The flying saucers.
Back in the day, and I never went on it, but they had this flying saucer ride way, way back when in Disney history that they then tried to re-implement in Disney California Adventure, especially when Cars Land opened. I think it was like you were inside a tire.
I don't think I've ever known about this.
Luigi's Flying Tires, that's what it used to be called.
Huh.
And it was a re-implementation of an old ride. It was kind of like a bumper cars ride.
Okay.
It is neat to see the synchronized cars.
Yes.
And I like the Jamboree one. I do really enjoy that one too. They're not like top of the line rides for me, but they're really good kid rides.
Yeah. And so then while you were doing Guardians, our youngest finally hit 46 inches. And so 46 inches is the... What is it? The shortest
height requirement?
The height requirement. Thank you. So 46 inches is the height requirement for the Incredicoaster. And that is the last ride because everything else has a shorter height requirement except Incredicoaster is 46 inches. And so our youngest was like, yes, I want to do it. And then we walked over there to do it. He's like, I do not want to. And I was like, that's fine. You don't have to, but I do think you should try it once. And so we kind of like just hung around in that area for quite a while he was trying to decide what he wanted to do. And he finally decided, yep, we're going to do it. And so 46 inches on that ride is still really tiny. And
he's a tiny guy.
He is. And he was screaming so hard that he had no voice while he was screaming. And the shoulder straps come down, or not straps, but it's like a harness. But I mean, it's like this big foam metal thing that comes down. Well, there's still, even at 46 inches, there's still quite a gap because you have a lot of taller people that ride this ride. So the gap between his shoulders and the top of that was, I don't know, at least 6 inches, maybe more, probably more than that. And so he would move quite a bit as the ride was going. And I held him down as much as I could because he was so scared.
And he was hooked after that, right? He loved it. He wanted to go again.
Yeah. So he got off and he did not feel well. And he was like, I'm never doing that again. I was like, that's fine. I don't think I am either. And so we walked over and got him a smoothie at the place on the boardwalk. I don't remember what it's called. And that made everything better.
We mentioned this, I think, in the last episode, but this trip he got a lot of smoothies.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, he was not happy. He wasn't mad at me this time because sometimes it'll end up that he's mad at me for stuff happening. And he acknowledged that he had made the decision and that the
Stuff
smoothie.
happening.
Yeah.
Like going on rides at an amusement park.
Poor thing. And yeah, so then he was fine after that. He really enjoyed the smoothie though. So, but yeah, he was like, I will never do that again. So I got a good picture of him in front of Incredicoaster holding his smoothie.
Did the ride picture come out?
I don't think I got it. No, that's right. It wasn't working.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. So, and I don't remember if it was everyone's or if it was just ours,
Okay.
but I did not get it.
Yeah, I had an issue on one of the times that we went on the Incredicoaster too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The pictures just didn't show up for
Yeah.
us.
It had like the weird
Mm-hmm.
thing of like, there's nothing.
Just too bad. Which it is kind of neat that Disneyland still offers the ride pictures for free at this point,
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't have PhotoPass, which is, I think that's really cool.
Mhm.
That's a pretty cool feature.
And then we headed to Pim Tent's kitchen because I wanted to get the enormous taco salad. The humongous taco salad is what it's called.
The humongous taco salad.
Yeah. And then I got our youngest, the chimichanga, which is for the Deadpool
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wolverine
yeah, 'cause it had
movie. It had the Wolverine slashes
claw
across
marks.
it. It was spicy, but our youngest didn't care. It's so funny how he can handle spice sometimes when he wants to. And then you got, I don't remember what you got.
I don't, but I remember getting.
It was a sandwich.
I got in an
Hold on.
argument with our oldest because he asked for chicken strips. So I got the torta from Award Wieners,
Oh, right.
and it had the chicken fried steak on it with a giant slice of cheese and
Mhm.
lettuce, and it was a lot. It was a little bit of a bummer that it got kind of soggy,
Oh,
but it was really, really good
mhm.
and huge. It was a massive sandwich, especially for the price. Not that it was super cheap, but it was definitely absolutely comparable to what you would pay outside of the park.
Mhm.
Even here in like Washington,
Yeah.
you expect to pay what I paid. I think it was like $12 or $13, and it came with a side.
There's a whole chicken fillet on that thing.
It was massive, yeah. And then our oldest got
Chicken fingers
Chicken
from
fingers.
Flo's
He was
Cafe that he,
furious.
after he asked
asked
for,
for.
argued with me about that he didn't want to eat them. So, it's always a fun adventure. After that, we got to watch the Spider-Man show because that is a must every time we go. Then Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. So typically during the Halloween season, Redwood Creek Challenge Trail is closed because it's Villains Grove
Mhm.
during the Oogie Boogie Bash. But they have changed up how they do Villains Grove. So now it can stay open during the day, which I absolutely love. I still thought the presentation of Villains Grove and the displays and all that were still amazing. I don't think they lost anything by changing how they did it. And it's great because our kids absolutely love going there.
Yeah. We mentioned it too, the whole agency thing. They love being able to run around.
Mm-hmm.
It is, especially our youngest, I'd say, his favorite thing to do.
Yeah. And he loves the rope swing. I
Mhm.
think he might have done that like 15 times.
And just being able to go get in line himself
Yeah.
and go around in circles and do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we did remember to give our oldest the emergency phone. And
Mhm.
so he found Chip and Dale and he was taking selfies with them. And
Yep.
it was adorable.
That was
So
very cute.
we took pictures of him taking selfies. So our youngest second favorite ride in California Adventure is the River Rapid ride. What's the name of it?
Grizzly. Oh, dang it. Taylor's going to get me on this.
Grizzly Peak River Rapids.
Sure. If Taylor hears this, she's going to be so mad. My coworker's daughter, hello Tracy, has called me on this specific ride before for getting it wrong.
Hold
But
on.
hey,
I'm opening
Taylor,
the app.
if you are listening, we bought you that Stitch popcorn bucket while we were in the park this day. So maybe cut me some slack.
I'm right. It's Grizzly Peak River Run.
That's what we said. Exactly. Yeah.
Isn't that what I said?
I use
Okay.
something River Rapids.
So it's Grizzly River Run at Grizzly Peak.
We call it the Brother Bear ride.
I
even
know
though there's
that's
no
the
Brother
problem
Bear.
is our boys call it the Brother Bear Ride. So then I never can remember the actual name.
I can't believe that that's his second favorite ride, and he loves it so much. That's not an easy ride, and there's a big drop at the end of it.
Didn't we both go on it with him?
I think we went on it
or
as
was
a
that
family.
the
yeah.
other time? No.
At some point. I mean, just in general, we have.
I'm filming from the side, or you are.
Okay.
So I can't remember if it was this time or if it was a different time where I went on it. But he will convince us to go when it is not hot.
I have been wanting to go on the Timber Mountain log ride every time we've gone to Knott's Berry Farm with those kids, and they will not go on it. But this is his second favorite ride in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
So he had a good time doing that one. I got the Baymax macaron.
You did? With what was in that?
No idea. I want to say it was like chocolate and marshmallow.
That's what I was thinking too. It
But
wasn't the salted caramel one, right?
No, I hate salted caramel.
That's crazy.
I would never get salted caramel again. It was chocolate. I think it was like fudge or something. Yeah, that's what happens when 6 months passes.
I gotta try making macarons again.
Yeah, can you make them look like Baymax?
Yep.
Thanks.
No problem. The last time I tried to make macarons, it was once. It was before the kids were born. And I ended up sitting on the kitchen floor with a spatula, just trying to scrape them off of the sheet. And I was just eating them as I went because I couldn't get them. They stuck too hard, and there was no foot that baked or anything. They were misshapen. Yeah. And so I just scraped them off and ate the crumbs.
And then with our room being so close, we decided it was nap time because we were exhausted after the late night.
It was a tiring trip. Did we mention that is this the first and only trip we took doing just Ubers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and if you listen to our episode way back when in November, when we talked about our Uber incident, it was a very exhausting trip. Like figuring out the travel, dealing with Ubers, some of the hotel issues that we had, the late nights. Mm-hmm. It was a very tiring trip. And so being able to go back and take naps was nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And being able to look over the park too. So I think our kids didn't sleep at all. I think we finally gave them tablets because we were so tired.
Tablets, yeah, as in screens.
And then after the kids not sleeping great, you finally fell asleep pretty hard. So I took them back into the park because we might have mentioned this last episode, but the Headless Horseman is like the center Halloween decoration on Buena Vista Street in Californian Adventure. And that's like where the Christmas tree sits. And at dusk, they play really cool, spooky music. All the lights on the trees in that area, which are purple lights, turn on. Smoke comes out of the horse's nostrils, and then there's a sound of like a horse galloping in. It's really cool. I happened upon it when we were there in September of 2023.
Was that the Clash and Dash?
Yes, when we did the Clash and Dash. I had no idea that was a thing. It's not anywhere. It's not in the program. It doesn't say something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I happened to walk into the park, and as I was walking by the horse, that all happened. And I was like, this is so cool. So I made sure the boys and I got back in time because I wasn't sure what time dusk was at and if it was dusk or if it was 6 o'clock or what. So we just got back in there and we sat there, I think, for 45 minutes waiting.
It's nice to get more of a break.
Well, when you've got two children, it's not really a break because then they were just arguing over the emergency phone of who could text grandma the most emojis. But eventually it happened, and so we got to see that whole production. It's just really pretty to see.
And our magic bands interacted with it.
That's right.
So if you're wearing magic bands and you go, there's like a spot that you go place your magic band or something, and it causes smoke to come out of the nostrils of the Headless Horseman's horse.
So if you're there during Halloween time, ask a cast member in California Adventure that's on Buena Vista Street somewhere, and they should know the approximate time that is going to happen because it does vary a bit.
So I think this might have happened earlier in the day, but I do want to mention that we went on the red trolley.
Yeah,
And that's important because we may never get to ever do it again.
Mm-hmm.
It may be like the sky buckets back in the 90s that we could say, that our kids could say that they went on the red trolley back when the red trolley was there. And I find it a little bit ironic that we met Judge Doom, who in the Roger Rabbit movie, his whole thing was trying to get rid of the red trolley system. And then this is the last time that we got to go on the red trolleys because they're being taken out.
And I never went on the sky buckets.
Oh, I was terrified of them.
Yeah,
There was
went. I don't know why.
They had a Yeti in it. I was afraid of everything. We've mentioned this before in our older episodes. I was afraid of everything in Disneyland, but I was most afraid of the Yetis. And that stupid thing kept showing up everywhere. Like it was in the Matterhorn. I was terrified of it. And then all of a sudden go through this nice, calm sky bucket ride and go through the Matterhorn. And guess what? He's up there too.
So you guys did Monsters After Dark again?
Yeah, because Monsters After Dark, the Halloween overlay is not only for Oogie Boogie Bash. During that whole season, after 4:00, it becomes Monsters After Dark.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we did Monsters After Dark.
So how many times did you get on that ride? That trip?
I didn't tally it, but it would have to have been, I would say, at least 6 times. And it is our oldest and my favorite ride in California Adventure.
He's come a long way. He had a panic attack about going on it one time, and now he goes on it excitedly.
No, he can handle any ride now, I think.
Yeah.
I don't
He hates water rides though.
Okay, yeah.
So
with a caveat, it is, if it's going to be uncomfortable at all, he might not like it. But even when we went to Knott's this last trip, he went on Supreme Scream, which I was, when I was younger, was the scariest thing that I'd ever been on. I will say it's not quite as scary as I remember, but still, it is an intimidating ride to see and be on, and he handled it just fine.
We headed to Aunt Cass's Cafe for dinner. You got the California roll sandwich. I got the curry beef in a bread bowl for our youngest son and I to split. He ate the entire thing. So I have come to realize that he is past sharing meals with me, and I'm just either going to not have a meal or I'm going to have my own.
And the crazy thing is, we get complimented by his physician after vacations because he's gained weight, because like we said, he's pretty small. He needs to eat extra calories. And so they asked last time, like, well, what did you do different in that time period? I'm like, we went to Disneyland. So they said to just keep doing that. So that's why we're going on the cruise in a few days here.
Yep. Doctor's orders.
Yep.
And what did you think of the California roll?
I did not like it.
It was shrimp on bread.
I think that's the kicker. I think it's the bread. And yeah, I don't know if it was a mix of the time and night. It was an item I really wanted to try. But at the moment, that night, I didn't want to eat it, but it was on my list, and it was something I thought, this is new, I've never had it.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy it. I didn't even finish. I ate most of it because we'd paid money for it. So I ate my fill.
Yeah.
But no, just, I don't know, the cold seaweed and the cold imitation crab on cold bread was just not doing it for me at night, while you guys are eating what looks like a delicious bowl of curry of hot.
What our youngest is eating.
A delicious bowl of hot curry looked
in
way
a
better.
bread bowl.
So
in a bread bowl.
Happy for you all.
Yeah, he did let me eat a little bit of the bread bowl, but we did share the taro bread pudding after.
Yeah.
And it was so good. Their bread puddings, every single one I have had has been amazing.
Yeah.
We love food.
That was a fun, the whole night atmosphere in San Francisco is one that I really like. It was cool as the Fisherman's Wharf and the San Francisco Wharf or whatever. But now that it's San Francisco, I like it. And I like how the bridge lights up in the reflection, all the different decorations that they've got. It adds a whole new splash of paint to that area. And I like it.
We fed our oldest. I think we got him pizza.
Oh yeah, almost certainly.
And so again, I did not have dinner. It was a theme this trip.
Yeah.
I kept thinking that the youngest and I would share, and then he'd eat it all, because I always let him eat And then I'm like, I'll eat what's left. And every single time it was all gone.
Look at you. You're like a giving tree.
At least I got lunch. Yeah, so it looks like we finished out the night with the Jesse's Critter Carousel. And then you and our oldest went on Incredicoaster. I'm not sure where the youngest and I went because we're not in any pictures.
Oh.
But you and the oldest went back to Monsters After Dark.
That's about right.
Yeah.
And the Incredicoaster was fun because I had not done it at night in a long time, and I really enjoy it the most at night.
Yeah. So I think we might have headed back because we were pretty tired.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we did. I'm pretty sure the youngest and I went and bought Nala.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the stuffies that they bought on Oogie Boogie Bash, our youngest got Simba, baby Simba, but there was also a baby Nala. And so the next day he could not let it go that he had to have baby Nala.
Mm-hmm.
So we went back and bought baby Nala for him.
He's a bit of a completionist when it comes to collections.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now we're going to skip our Disney day to talk about storytellers real quick. So we did a down day. Typically we don't. Well, when we're visiting your family and doing Disneyland, we intersperse the days. So we're doing some Disney, we're doing some with your family. And this was a parks trip because we were only there for, I can't remember how many days. But it was a limited amount of time and we didn't have a car. And so typically we have a rental car so we can go see your family. And this time we did not. And so we did a down day on Sunday to just relax at the hotel. And so with that, I booked us a reservation at Storytellers Cafe for their autumn brunch. And all the characters had like orange, yellow, brown colors in their outfits. They had sweaters and coats, and it was just very cute and autumn themed and cozy.
Now, we had experienced the buffet in this restaurant in the past doing the dinner, and it was very, very good. So I was pretty excited to see what the brunch was all about.
Yeah, and then the characters all came by our table, kind of like at Goofy's kitchen. They all come by your table, and our youngest does not like characters, as we've mentioned before.
Yep.
And he had a Spider-Man shirt on, like he normally does. And was it Pluto?
Yeah, shockingly, Pluto was the one that got him out of his shell this time.
Yep.
He still went and gave Minnie Mouse a hug because he loves Minnie Mouse the best. But yeah, Pluto was doing the poses with him and everything, and he loved it.
The Spider-Man poses.
Yeah, the Spider-Man poses was Pluto getting down and shooting webs.
Yep. And so our youngest was like, all right, I'm out of my seat and I'll come take a picture with you.
That's all it took.
Yeah. So we got some really cute pictures with them. The food was good. I think I like dinner better.
Yeah, I like dinner way better.
Yeah.
I mean,
their dinner buffet was way better. I think in terms of Goofies and Storytellers.
For breakfast food it's tough, but I probably would lean Goofies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And not even necessarily because I still think the quality at Storytellers was really good and potentially even a little bit better. But Goofy's was more fun.
Yeah.
And, honestly, there is something about being able to go and get breakfast and me being able to get peanut butter and jelly pizza and chicken strips and mac and cheese for breakfast. It felt more comforting to be there.
Yeah. And I will say it was probably a more comfortable restaurant too, because Storytellers is more upscale. Whereas Goofy's feels a lot more laid back. You're greeted by Goofy in a kitchen. Looks like a kitchen set. And you get your picture taken with him, and then you get to enter the restaurant. And Storytellers, being in the Grand Californian, is just more upscale. And so it doesn't feel as relaxing.
Yeah.
And then also, I feel like our waiter was a little bit off that day. He made a few mistakes and tried to act like it was our fault.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
And I was like, okay. So, and it was like, we're non-confrontational people.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of weird of like, no, our oldest ordered regular milk, not chocolate milk. And you brought us 2 chocolates. And our youngest was like, great, I have 2 chocolate milks now.
It wasn't and it was not that big a deal, but it was a little weird how he responded to us.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal, but like he kind of made it into one, and it was like, all you have to do is be like, sorry, let me fix that. And you know, and
Yeah.
so it was just like, yeah, so it was a good experience. I liked it, but I think if we were to do a brunch again or breakfast again, I would go back to Goofy's.
I mean, Storytellers, when we had dinner, there was like prime rib and stuff.
Yes, but I said breakfast.
I know. But
yeah, for the
that's-
dinner.
Yeah, for the dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we did that for the World of Color,
Mm-hmm.
which they're going to have a new World of Color for the 70th anniversary.
I heard that Tracy is going to be doing the dessert party for it.
I cannot wait to hear about that. But I kind of want to do the dinner for the 70th. But we will have children
I
along
didn't
this
know
time.
that there was a dinner for it. So what is
For
the dinner?
World of Color 70th?
Is it similar to
It's what we did.
we've done it for World of Color?
Yes.
I know we did it
For our anniversary trip.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time we've done dinner at,
Gotcha.
at
Sorry.
Grand Californian.
Okay, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. And then we got tickets
I'm
to
thinking
World
the
of...
Fantasia or Fantasmic
Oh, no. World of Color.
kind of thing. Okay. I'm almost tempted to start saving my own money and pay for all of us to do the dessert party if we want to watch it, just because I don't want to have to hold those kids up. They're getting heavier. I feel like my neck almost broke last time.
Well, if we do Storytellers, we will have a better spot.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can see if you really want to do that or not.
I know. The dessert party, you are sitting for it, right?
Yes,
Like it's in
you're
a
at a
little
table.
area. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you a bunch of cookies. The food was pretty good. A lot of fresh fruit, a lot of pastries, some chiquiquiles. There was an omelet bar, which was kind of fun, but I think Goofy's had the omelet bar too.
Yeah.
I don't. Did anything stand out food wise? I honestly don't remember a lot of the food. I remember it being very tasty.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was busy. There was characters around, and I got my fill.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing really stood out. I feel like I didn't like the selection as well as at Goofy's, which is also influencing my like of Goofy's more.
We ate. I ate way too much. Especially considering we also had a reservation for Din Tai Fung that same night.
Yes. So we did brunch and then we did nothing until dinner. Yeah. And it being September, we had good weather and the pools were really nice. So we headed down to the pools to do swimming. And yeah, there's life jackets provided and there's 3 pools. And it was a little hard to keep a track of where our oldest one was going.
Because there was multiple pools.
Yeah. But they had a good time. There's a small water slide, like a smaller one, and then a little bit bigger one. And they just had a great time. We were able to find I think it was 3 loungers next to each other in the shade.
Yeah.
So that we had a spot to relax.
I really underestimated loungers.
Mm-hmm.
Those things were real nice. I mean, and they were very cushioned too. It essentially felt like we had one giant couch that we were just kind of lounging on.
Yeah. And it was busy that day too, because it being a Sunday. And so I asked a cast member for help because I was like, I've never been here before. Like, what do we need to know? And he's like, oh, let me help you get a lounger so that you have a place to put your stuff and rest and stuff. And so some people were leaving and he's like, here, let's grab these for you. And as he did that, other people were like trying to walk up to take them. And he made sure that we got them. And so I kind of felt bad the people weren't there yet.
Yeah.
But it was like they were scouting out where to go. But
the cast members at the pool were great.
Yeah.
They did a very good job.
We got poolside service and food for our oldest because he, unlike us, he did not eat a lot for breakfast, brunch. And he was not going to eat at Din Tai Fung.
Anything at Din Tai Fung.
So we had to feed him his normal meals.
Also surprisingly reasonable prices for poolside.
Yeah.
Chicken strips and fries.
Yeah. And they were pretty good. He ate most of them, but he just wanted to get back to swimming.
Yeah.
So,
and I love good secondhand drama. And we had some people next to us that were.
And those were the people that were trying to take our loungers.
Oh, were they? Yeah.
Yeah.
The one lady was going off about the person not letting her drink her margarita in the pool.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I enjoyed that.
That was something. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they had a nanny that was in the pool with their kids.
We got to do that.
Well, we have to get a second and third job. Yeah. So the company wasn't great with who we had to sit next to, but Daniel loves it.
It's good stuff.
So then we had got changed, went to Din Tai Fung. It was so good. We ordered so much food
Yeah, we ordered way too much, and my other coworker Matt loves Din Tai Fung. There's one in Seattle, and he had recommended the green beans. And when I saw the price, I was like, "This is ridiculous," but I'm gonna do it. Matt said the green beans were good. This may have been the best green beans I've ever had in my life. And yeah, all of it was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got iced tea, and I can't remember how many items we ordered.
I don't know. We
but
got a
we
bunch of the
had,
soup dumplings.
Yeah, soup dumplings and bao and pot stickers, green beans. Oh, we got noodles too.
Mm-hmm. And a couple orders of the chocolate.
Yes.
Or Nutella.
Nutella
Was it chocolate
filled.
hazelnut?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was chocolate hazelnut, not technically Nutella.
Right.
But
Little bows with the salted.
Yeah. Because they come with 10 on a plate. And we thought, well,
very full.
2 per person just isn't enough.
So good. It was very, very good. And we
it
had
was
leftovers.
5. That's right. It was 5 total. So we got 2 orders so that we could have 10.
Yeah.
Of those. So
We
that
had
was
leftovers.
good.
They put it into a very nice to-go bag. It looked like we had bought something from the gift shop.
Yep. And then your parents came
They did.
to visit.
Yeah.
It was really good to see your mom and dad. And we had seen your mom. She came to visit us at Knott's.
Yes.
And we did dinner at Knott's with her. But then your dad came too. So we had a good time walking around downtown Disney with them.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they were able to take our leftovers home because we didn't have a microwave in our room.
Mm-hmm.
No, we did have a microwave in our room. We didn't think we had a microwave in our room.
Right.
And
that's fine. They probably just tossed it to Joanna.
Yeah. And so I did not want to bring it up to our room to put in the fridge because we have no way to heat this up. And so your parents were like, sure, we'll take it home. And then we got back to our room and I was like, oh, look at that. We have a microwave. But that's fine. We were headed back to the park the next day. I don't know when we would have eaten it because we were so full.
Yeah.
But had a good time going through the different shops with them.
Lego store is always cool to go visit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where our youngest saw the Simba set that he really, really wanted to get.
Yes.
And we were like, it's too expensive. But then he had a medical thing recently. And so we bought it for him and he put it together in
a day and a half.
And it was supposed to take him a week.
Because it was an 18 plus Lego set and he is not 18. Not even close. Yeah. He hurried through that one. Yeah. So we had a good time walking around downtown Disney.
We got to show my parents the room too with the view.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And then at this point too, we realized that we needed to feed our oldest.
Yep.
And so what did you order?
Were wearing off. Oh yes. This is the first and only time I've ever used Uber Eats, and it was to deliver a Little Caesars pizza. Was it a cheese pizza with no sauce?
Yes.
A Little Caesars cheese pizza with no sauce to the lobby of the Grand Californian Hotel.
Yeah.
He got it and he had his food and he was happy.
Yeah, we walked through the lobby with your parents too because we wanted to show them the sugar sculpture.
Yes.
And that was the evil queen from Snow White, but she was like
disguised as the witch or the old woman.
Yep. So
over the cauldron holding the apple.
Those sculptures are amazing.
Yeah. And then that evening, too, we put the kids to bed, left the phone for them, and we kind of just walked around the hotel, didn't leave the room too far, but it was nice to be able to walk around the hotel while it was a little emptier than usual and kind of soak in that atmosphere. Yeah, it was nice to enjoy that hotel. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yes. And that will probably not happen for quite a while.
Yeah, because we're going to do Pixar Pier and the Disneyland Hotel first.
No, we're back to the cheap hotels. Yeah. So that was a good time at California Adventure and the Grand Californian. And then our next episode, we will finally cover our Disney days.
We'll cover up Disneyland.
Cover up?
Yep, we'll cover it up. We're covering Disneyland. And then we'll probably do an episode on Knott's Berry Farm around Christmas time, and we will for sure have some stuff coming out on the cruise, and then we're doing the Disney 70th at some point. You're going to Disney World in May because of a work thing, and yeah, I don't know. I like that we are doing these where we're discussing our trips and stuff. I wouldn't mind doing more when we get all cut up on specific topics and stuff. We've mentioned that before.
So you know what that means? We have to stop taking so many trips.
Yeah.
And we have to record more.
We'll get around to that. Yeah. One of those things has to happen. All right. Is that all we got for tonight?
I think so. I hope that wasn't too boring.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. You can find us on all forms of social media. And by all, I mean mostly just TikTok and Instagram. But we do pop up in other places at OfMiceandMatterhorns. Yeah. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff here. Who knows? Things are a little bit calmer than they have been in the last 6 months. So maybe we'll be
why'd
getting...
you say that?
Maybe we'll be getting more episodes out sooner rather than later, but we will see. But regardless, thank you again. And as always, have a Disney day.
Your attention, please. Of Mice and Matterhorns has now ended its normal operating episode. We thank you for your visit to our podcast and hope that the memories that you made will bring you back soon.